When you double-click on one of those MMPZ files, LMMS, whoa, MMPZ, LMMS, that's a lot of letters. Anyway, when you double-click on one of those MMPZ files, LMMS opens up. And it opens up in exactly the form that the author last left it in. So right here, you're not seeing the way it normally looks when you open LMMS, but you'll get used to that. The first thing to note is there's a play button here and a stop button here. When you push the play button, your masterpiece, or someone else's that you have up, will play. That play button turns into a pause button after you hit it. Each horizontal bar represents a track. Let's take a look at those tracks. This gear button lets you delete a track, duplicate a track, or connect a physical instrument to the track. These two buttons here, the one is green presently, let you mute a track or solo a track. This button mutes the track, so you can see the green light goes out and the track gets grayed out. And this button solos the track. It'll be the only track that plays. You now have a green and red button, and all other tracks, with the exception of this one, are grayed out. If you click where the name of the instrument is, it lets you bring up the instrument, listen to what it sounds like, and modify it with these buttons over here. The next control on a track is this tiny rectangle that doesn't even look like it's anything. It lets you preview the sound of an instrument without bringing up the controls for it. The next two might be obvious to you. The volume control knob, which you operate by holding your left mouse button down and moving your mouse up and down, lets you control the volume of that particular instrument in the song. After that, we see the pan control knob. Panning refers to stereo sound. It lets you direct the sound of the instrument either through both speakers, or just the left or right, or any mixture in between of your choosing. One more thing about these horizontal tracks that you might have already noticed are the colors over here. In this case, there are two colors, blue and purple. The blue indicates the instrument playing. The purple, well, that's something we'll get into later. But briefly, it's something called an automation track. It modifies an instrument that's playing. For instance, it can change the volume differentially as the song plays. It can also change the panning during the song. And it can do a lot more. Some of it is visual and you'll be able to see it as the song plays. Now let's look at these tracks and what we might expect to happen as the song plays. At first, only a few crashes and filtered noise starts. But then, the piano, strings, guitar, and res pad come in. A little later, we'll see the jar strings and the snare come in. But you'll be able to hear all this, and I'll solo some instruments as it plays. So I'm going to push the play button here and demonstrate those controls that I just talked about. I hope you understood what I was doing there with all the controls. Now I'm going to open up the other song I had you download, Never Ends, And I'll just run through the controls there real quick. This is how the author of Never Ends left LMMS. It should look pretty similar to the last one, but I do want to show you something here with these purple tracks. As I mentioned in the previous song, the purple tracks are automation tracks. And what you can see on several of these automation tracks is the music builds. See how the lighter curve inside the rectangle heads uphill? You're going to be able to hear some of the instruments in the song come to a crescendo at those points. So I'm going to run through some of the controls again while this song plays. I'm also going to show you that you can grab the play handle and drag the program to any point in the song, so watch for that. Hopefully you both saw and heard those building purple automation tracks. Anyway, playing around with songs that other people made is a great way to learn how to build them for yourself, which is what we are going to do. Hopefully by the end of today, you'll have a simple little ditty. Your LMMS Hello World. Maybe something like this simple piece that I put together in a couple of minutes. I call that masterpiece Hand Fart Star Wars.